to Rich Talk, where we keep the conversation going.
Hello, Rich fam. As you watch season 1 of Rich Talk the podcast, you've seen a diverse group of people come together to discuss topics surrounding our mission. The Rich family is a collective where being informed meets intentional care, and we actively create space for honest connections and storytelling. Through this platform, we diligently work to narrate, emphasize, and support the humanness of our experiences. Rich Talk, Episode 7. Use life's moments to further your mental health. This series has been shot in 2020. And the people that read about 2020 and years to come, and the people that are living through 2020 now, this will be a year that we won't soon forget. Like, this will be a year that is a landmark year in the plight of humanity, honestly, because there is so much at stake. And when there is so much at stake, we have to make sure that we're looking inward as much as we're looking outward, and we have to make sure that we're taken care of and that we're taking care of ourselves. So that's why the Rich family felt it necessary to dive into mental health at this time when there is so much going on in the world. Just because if home isn't taken care of, then everything will fall apart. Rich Talk, Episode 7. Use life's moments to further your mental health. Ivan Graham sat down with Shayla Richmond for this conversation.
I'm a paramedic, 8 years. I started therapy as far as I want to say about a few months ago now. And what I have learned from it is that it's very much needed. Some of the things that I've taken away from it is as far as like self-evaluation, as far as thinking differently versus comparing your lives to others. It's so much that goes deep into it, and I feel like it's well needed. And I feel like as a black man, it was real hard initially to try to go and say, hey, I need help, I just want to talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying, just out of my family aspect, or my circle aspect. And I think it was very beneficial just to get that professional help, that professional one-on-one with somebody, not only that looks like me, but as well as just resonates with the stories that I have, you know, as far as growing up black. Some things that I pretty much didn't peep until I got into therapy.
And negative interactions that are caused by something that's inside of us. What made you want to try therapy?
A lot of things. As far as one of the main things is I just wanted to be a better me.
Okay.
But when you break it down, when you look at as far as how I grew up, which, you know, I'll consider it wasn't bad. My father, we started off in Detroit, moved out to Ypsi area. So he wanted a better life for us. But the fact is, you know, you got other things that you experience on your own, you know, as far as childhood memories and stuff like that. Your first fight, your first love, all that. Yeah. So I think building off who I was trying to become, that was one of the main driving aspects of why I did it.
Shedding those layers.
Absolutely.
Shedding those layers, yeah.
As far as like who I am now and who I've been, I definitely wanted to change that. I wanted to, not even necessarily change, I wanted to learn from it so I can grow from it. Because we are plants in this world. I feel like we got to continue to water ourselves. I've seen so many things in life that probably a normal 27-year-old wouldn't see. I would consider. I've seen death, I've seen life, I've seen joy, I've seen anger, and
you've seen it all fade away,
man. And so sometimes I tend to bring that into personal relationships, and as far as like I could be angry as I didn't save this person or something like that, and I bring it home to my daughter or aggression to my mother or significant other who I'm with. So it's not fair to that person. So I think that when I look back, I want to better myself as far as that aspect, and that was one thing that therapy was going to bring. It is bringing out of me right now.
And I think that's big, because I think that we were just talking about tapping into that ability to look within yourself and how important that is. Even in those moments of like anger and fear, emotions that are deemed like negative, to even still be willing to sit in that and be introspective and like, why am I feeling this way? Those are the times when you need to be working on yourself the most. Instead of running away from those moments, like really taking the time to evaluate yourself in those moments. I think that that's where we really elevate when it comes to our mental health and building the culture around emotions that we need in order to be healthy, like in order to like maintain a healthy dynamic in how we interact. We need to start building a more healthy rhetoric around emotion. The more that we normalize, everyone has their own healing to do, the easier it will be for us to have conversations with one another. I think that the easier it will be for us to let someone know that we're struggling. And I think that it would be easier for us to have access to the help we need if we're more clear on what the problem is or the issue is or how we're feeling. Like, instead of trying to be something that we aren't, trying to put on this facade or trying to be perfect, just being true and just telling the truth. I think the more we normalize that and the more that we accept that and the more that we walk in that, the healthier we will be. Physical health concerns are becoming closer and closer aligned with social concerns because I saw nurses holding up signs that said racism is a health issue. So we have to start creating a narrative where we humanize our experiences. Because if we're not humanizing our experiences, then we're lost. Like, we're just running. We're doing it without the intention of what we need as human beings. Like, there's certain things that we need as human beings. Like, we need love, we need compassion, we need empathy, we need
words of affirmation.
We need words of affirmation. We need encouragement. We need systems that are built for us to succeed and not systems that are tearing us down.
We're meant to have somebody.
We're meant to have on the Bible. On the basic necessities, like we need companionship. We need companionship. Like, there are things that we need as human beings. And the reason why we don't have those things is because we've built systems on capitalism. We've built systems on oppression. We didn't build systems on family values. We didn't have these conversations at the table when policy was being written. We didn't have representation at the table when these policies were being written. We didn't have love for all people at the table when this community was being built. So as we restructure it, it is time to bring those things to the table and keep them at the table and have conversations about them with people who are directly impacted. We have to bring the most vulnerable to the table. We have to build a table for the most vulnerable. And we're setting that table. The Rich family is setting that table.
Creating that narrative.
Telling our stories. A part of our humanness is like we're always on the go. Like we're always transitioning into this
Go.
Especially in the Black community.
Man.
Like if we not setting the goal, then what are we doing?
Right,
Like
exactly.
we always got something that we're pushing for. So with that, I just feel like it comes like these phases of, okay, what do I do in between here and this? Or I'm not satisfied in between here and this.
We are always moving. Like this life, it doesn't stop.
It
doesn't stop for nobody.
It don't stop. I just graduated high school, and now what? Or I just graduated college, and now what? Or I just had a kid, and now what? And I know I've been doing things, but I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. you could be okay. I just was in an apartment. Okay, now I'm renting a house, or I was just driving a car that I had paid off, and now I have a car note. It's just like it's always something that's changing in your life. Or I just had a routine, and now my routine is gone because I gotta self isolate. I can't do my normal daily life. So now what? And that balance between we alright and okay, I'm moving on up. Human, we say that we so spontaneous. We say that we're free spirited, and we are. Like we try to be, but we like structure. We like having our stability.
Absolutely. Over the summer, I've read a few books.
Yeah.
One of the books that I've read is called The Seven Spiritual Laws.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, one of the spiritual laws is basically it basically talks about kind of living in the moment, moment that you're in right there, because you won't experience that type of joy, past or present. It's not our past or future. I mean, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So in that very moment, how you feeling that excitement, that joy, enjoy it for as long as you can, because you that's what I feel like when you look back at it, that's what life is all about. That's because I'm not going to get another chance to see or be in front and see Lily birth, or I'm not going to get another chance to pretty much walk across that high school stage again, or that college stage again. Like I'm not going to get a chance to get that feel how I felt when I finally got that promotion after so many times of getting looked over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those feelings are for that moment, and I think that's what that life is all about. It's okay to have goals, it's okay to have everything, but remember how you felt in that moment, so that way you can continue that and let that drive you to what you're trying to get as far as goals. And I think that's
and who you're trying to be as far as a person, like because we are a collection of the things that we do and the work that we do and the people that we love and how we love and how we go about in this world. So when we're transitioning through these moments, I just want to continue to emphasize and stress to everyone that these are the moments that are making who you are, and these are the moments that are creating the life that you are living. So cherish them, value them, and understand that this moment will come and go. So who do you want to be? Be that person, because you won't get this moment again. So take the time to self-evaluate, self-reflect, and be aware of who you are and who you want to be, and take every opportunity that you can to be that person and become that person.
Facts.
Moments have come before you, and moments will come after you. And this moment right now is yours.
Man.
Like, this one right now is yours. And we've lost people. Like, we've experienced some treacherous, systemic, hateful, divisive systems, leaders, and processes. And it's cut us deeply, but we're still here, and we've always turned what we've been given into beauty, into just this magic that only we can do. And you just have to decide who you're going to be when that next moment comes.
You gotta grow.
Like you have to decide who you're going to be when that next moment comes, because history is writing itself every day, and you get to decide where you want to stand in history. And you don't have to change the world every day, but the little decisions that you make, the little steps that you take, is going to tell your overarching story. Keep that in mind. And the moments that you aren't taking care of yourself are going to be moments that you wish that you had back. So take the time to take care of yourself, because you only get one life.
I mean, the job, you can work 80 hours a week, but if you ain't taking care of yourself, what's the point?
Like, what are you doing
What are
it
you
for?
doing it for?
Be honest with yourself. Like, be honest with yourself and be honest with the people that you love. Respect people. Respect people's humanity and listen to their truth. Like, if we all respected one another's humanity and listened to each other's truths, the world will be so much more collective and supportive and progressive.
This is our moment, if you will.
Our moment.
It's not just my moment. This is our moment. This generation in general. Let's make a difference.
This generation, these lives, these relationships, this love, this energy, it's one of a kind. And there's a lot of power here. Let's not drop the ball. A lot is at stake. And
we need to win.
We need a win. And you need a win. Before we can win as a collective, you have to win at home. You have to win within yourself. So take the time to get yourself right so we can win this fight. Because we're in a dog fight. The stake of humanity is on the line. The stake of our well-being is on the line. Show up for yourself. Get yourself right so that we can win this fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When you become aware and when you understand who you are, show up as that person. Use every opportunity that you have to show up as the person that you're meant to be and the person that you are. Love one another, love yourself, heal, be patient, be diligent, and do the work. Heavy on the work. It's the work. It's the work for me. And heavy on the love. Heavy on the love, brother.
I ain't gonna lie,
brother. Heavy on the love, brother.
Like, love.
Heavy on the love.
We gotta pass that, man. Like,
heavy on the love, brother.
Whether all relationships give love,
yes,
give everything that you can possibly give.
Heavy on the love, so it can bring the joy. You
self-love, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give 110% of that.
So when you don't take the opportunity to be happy, when you don't take the opportunity to love, when you don't take the opportunity to be joyful, you lose a part of you.
Martin Luther King said it best. Hate. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
And that's true. That's true. And we talk about peaceful protests, and I seen a sign. And it said, don't use Martin Luther King Jr. as your staple for peaceful protests and say that what you see now with these demonstrations is not meant to bring about positive change. Because you shot Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. just like you shot George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Jacob Blake. So at the end of the day, love one another. Heal yourself and understand what part you play in creating an equitable future. It starts today. Our future starts today. Our community and the love we experience, it has a direct impact on how we love and how we take care of ourselves. So not only does how you were raised affect how you go about living today, also the community that you create and the love that your daughter feels and the community that your friends and your brothers and my sister, the love that they see and the community that they see us building is going to directly impact how they love and how they build community. So take accountability for the work that you do in this life, like the love that you give in this life.
We all are connected. We all, whether you like it or not.
Our accountability to healing ourselves, it touches more than just us.
Not only do you self-heal yourself,
Yeah.
when you self-heal yourself, you become so in tune with yourself that it resonates with others.
Yeah.
And when it resonates with others, it's kind of like if you look at a bomb and then the bomb goes off right in the middle center, but then you have these
the aftershocks, like it's like, so the bomb goes off here, but then it's felt here, it's felt here, it's felt here. But imagine if that bomb never went off.
Like,
but imagine if that bomb is you, and imagine if you never went off, or imagine if instead of being a bomb, imagine if you were positive energy. Imagine if you shed those layers and you could touch someone in a positive way. Imagine the impact that could have. And imagine the trickle effect that could have by just your the one positive day that you had, and the one life impact that you made. And imagine what they could go and then do. We talk about one man being able to change the world, but imagine if everyone thought that. If everyone thought that they were the one man that could change the world.
Or even spark the mind of the one who did.
Imagine if everyone thought that. Imagine if everyone took accountability for healing themselves and loving themselves, and then going into the world and taking those same values with them. Imagine. And we're talking about this at a time when so much is at stake in politics, in health issues, in social issues. But we're talking about this for a reason, because at this moment is when we need to take care of ourselves the most.
Evaluate, self-evaluate every day. You're only in a competition of who you were yesterday. So
That's
as
it.
long as you're better than who you were yesterday, moving in the right direction. And that's all it comes down to. So what if you go to therapy?
It's not even so what. Bravo. Like, I'm going to give you a hand clap, because you're doing the word win in every way that you can win.
You never know who you might inspire.
Yeah.
You never know who in that exact moment is looking at you like, wow, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to be. There's a young black kid that I actually felt this the other day. I was on a scene, and this young black kid was pretty much, what? Like, you could do this? I was like, yeah, man. Come on, join the team. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it felt good to just even, have that conversation with this young 8-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you say it's bigger than me, it really is. It's bigger than me.
And as you listen to more Rich Talk episodes, and as you read more Rich Map articles, just take the time to check in with yourself at all levels and understand how where you are right now impacts you and impacts the world around you. And that is what is going to help us grow and elevate in every level that we are meant to, and become the individuals and collective community that we're meant to become. And we are continuing to build an infrastructure that will support us continuing to grow. So take this journey with us, continue to come get rich, and together we will stay rich, because who doesn't want to be rich?
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Rich Talk. Make sure you subscribe to our website at richmagdigital.com and follow us on all platforms.